The accused shooter in the racially motivated Tops mass shooting in Buffalo was in court this afternoon, and he has now been officially charged with a 25-count indictment. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler.
And hello everyone, I'm Scott Levin. This afternoon's arraignment comes as gun violence still remains in focus nationwide, with President Joe Biden even set to give a primetime speech tonight. You can watch that live here on Channel 2 at 7:30.
Cameras were not allowed in the courtroom this afternoon, but our Ron Plants was there to watch proceedings for us, and he joins us with details of what happened. Ron?
Mary Alice and Scott, this is actually the third court appearance for the suspect, but now he heard those new specific state charges filed against him in that 25-count indictment, which came out yesterday. And this time, we also caught some of the frustration of some relatives of the shooting victims as they were in the courtroom as well, and then spoke with reporters afterwards. Now, the 18-year-old suspect, seen here actually in previous video, was again shackled, and there was again heavy court security, even a bomb-sniffing dog checking our cell phones as he appeared before, this time, State Supreme Court Judge Susan Egan. He pleaded not guilty through one of his 3 court-appointed defense attorneys to these new charges, which again range from first and second-degree murder to attempted murder for the 3 wounded victims, then a weapons charge, and then specifically the charge of domestic terrorism as motivated by hate. He faces life in prison without parole if found guilty, and as we've told you, is being held without bail and remanded there again to the holding center in isolation and under suicide watch. Now, family members watched by court officers were in this proceeding as well, including relatives of one specific victim, 52-year-old Marcus Morrison there, and they told us they wanted more details from prosecutors on where this case is going. They also feel others were potentially involved and say the investigation has to go further beyond the suspect.
But it has to go deeper than that, because he's not on his own. And I think it's childish and ignorant and willful blindness to just sit here and say, oh, it was just him.
Right.
You mean this 18-year-old ignorant child, this ignorant thug, came and drove 200 miles to Buffalo, scoped out the place, wrote a 180-page manifesto,
Right.
And you're going to tell me that that wasn't... There's more to that. He didn't do that on his own. There's no way he did that on his own.
Absolutely.
He didn't do it. And is anyone else saying maybe we should dig deeper?
We will point out that the investigations at the state and federal levels are ongoing, especially with the Buffalo News reporting last week that investigators were looking at individuals invited to be in a chat room with the suspect a short time before the shooting occurred. That according to their published account. And at the federal level, the suspect could face new charges that may even carry a potential death penalty. So we'll see what else emerges. Now, Channel 2's Rob Hackford also attending a press conference with District Attorney John Flynn, and he joins us live from the Erie County Courthouse here. Rob?
Yeah, Ron, you mentioned that domestic terrorism motivated by hate charge. It's actually the first time in New York State that a grand jury has indicted an individual on that charge. And the Erie County District Attorney and his prosecutorial team spoke today after the arraignment. The DA said he is a little limited on what he could say, however, commenting for the first time on a gag order that was filed by the defense and the agreement with the judge that he would not discuss any evidence related to this case. Now, the 25-count indictment, however, almost speaks for itself. The DA did say the way the charges were filed was purposeful. Flynn said he wanted to make sure each of the 10 victims was named.
The families of the victims have demanded and are demanding justice. The members of this community are demanding justice. And this is moving very, very quickly, as it should.
When you hear the phrase, throw the book at someone, well, in this case right here, the defendant just got War and Peace.
Well, the FBI special agent in charge at the press conference today was asked about what federal charges could be coming if the Department of Justice gets involved. All he would say was that they remain committed to the investigation. Now, the next court date, a discovery hearing here at Erie County Court, is now set for July 7th at 2 p.m. In downtown Buffalo, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.